Hello everyone, welcome to WRD Gaming and welcome to another Titanic VR
Radio check,
video.
Wilson.
All clear, Dr. Lynch. I think you're set. Just remember to only turn on your wide beam lights when you are directed to by Mr.
Can't I
Ocean.
leave them on all the time?
No, they'll drain your battery faster.
Alright, I think I'm ready.
You'll need to change over to channel 95 to speak with Mr. Ocean. His call sign is Ocean 1.
Great. Thanks, Gene. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, so we're back in the mission where we last left off. Now we are working with a film director who has a bad temper and is very interested in the Titanic. Can you guess who this might be based on? I'm thinking it may be based on a certain James Cameron. Maybe.
That was around the time I won my first Academy Award. As you know, I've won a fair few since then.
Yes, very interesting. I'd just like to thank you again for having us here. We're big fans of your work.
I know, son.
Ocean 1, this is Sedna.
Sedna, this is Ocean 1. Welcome to my palace.
Good to be here.
Dr. Lynch, I have my right-hand men here, Harold Walsh and Sean Jones. Say hi to the doctor, boys.
Hello there. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Alrighty, down to business. We're filming sections of the bow today for my upcoming film. It's an educational documentary showing how much I've learned about the ship. And of course, it'll also be a great follow-up to my award-winning film. I'm guessing you've seen it?
Yeah, a while ago.
Of course you have. It's everyone's favorite. I'll be directing and filming from my sub while you'll provide extra lighting.
Right.
We've 6 locations to get through today, so we'd better get moving.
Well, let's
First
get up.
is a shot of the bow. Get into position. Oh, and make sure all other transceivers are off. Now, I'm a patient man, but I won't stand for interruptions.
Yeah, sure.
The bow is a great place to start, Mr. Ocean. So many interesting things located here. The anchors, the ship's name, the iceberg damage. What part will we be filming first, Mr. Ocean?
A panning shot of the stem, finishing where John and Daisy stood in my film.
Oh, that's
So
my
you gotta go back
favorite
down
part.
too far. I went too high
I
up.
didn't realize John and Daisy were based on real people.
Oh, they're not, but it's such a poignant shot from my film, I just have to recreate it. The fans will be...
Wouldn't it be more educational to show areas with real history?
Ah, Walsh, we will. But I want to start by filming the most important locations, ones that are linked to my films. We need to start by reminding people about the tragedy of the ship, to capture that...
The scene with John and Daisy, very emotional.
Of course it was. That movie was a visual masterpiece. And this documentary will be even better.
It's very on the nose, this, isn't it? Really, really on the nose. It's like, oof. I don't think James Cameron's that much of a prick, to be honest. I actually love James Cameron, so it's a bit unfair to make him out to be this arrogant and as much of a dick. Is this like a marker where I'm supposed to be? That's new. I haven't had that before. Right, well, let's get into position. And then we'll turn it around. And we're here. And then let's go back. What am I missing? Get into position. I mean, I can't really get much more into position than where I'm currently at. I mean, I'm pretty much there, aren't I? But then it wants me to go back. I'm definitely level with it. Right, let's go back a little bit. Oh, hang on. I might be a wee bit too high up. If we're gonna match these holes completely.
Lynch?
There we go.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm looking for. Your lights at that angle are perfect. I'm a genius. You might be asking yourself, how does Eddie Ocean come up with these brilliant ideas, these great shots? And it all comes down to one thing.
Research?
Experience?
Imagination!
Well, that's
That's all
cool.
you need. Imagination!
And funding?
Well, obviously cash is important too, but it's mainly imagination.
I tell you, I wish I was playing this in
Don't
VR.
mind me. Turn off your lights.
Alright, for fuck's
Even
sakes.
know what
Sorry,
you're
yeah.
doing.
Where to now?
To the port side anchor. Hurry up.
The port anchor is an excellent choice for footage.
Well, of course it is. That's why I'm heading there.
Did you know there were a total of 5 anchors on board Titanic?
5.
Yes,
5?
3 at the bow and the 2 kedge anchors. One on the starboard forecastle deck and the other next to the stern flagpole.
Fascinating.
All right, here we are. Get into
Oh,
position.
hang on. I
I
went
don't
too
have all
far.
day.
Right, so I'll bring it back down. Let's not crash into the ship. Let's make sure we're clear. Level. So we're level. Now, where is our marker? Wants us to go away over here. We'll not hit that anchor crane. Okay, I may come over just a tiny bit more. Don't want to hit it at all. Right, is this where we're meant to be going? Here? Yeah, that's where we're meant to be going. Okay, let's get her over. We'll bring her up a little bit. We're gonna swing her. We're gonna go past this and then swing her around, and hopefully draw a level. So what we'll do is we'll swing her around. Right. And then bring her around again.
Light it up. Now,
There we
Lynch.
go. Light that up.
So, Harold and Sean, what brings you to the wreck?
We're mainly here to assist Mr. Ocean in this expedition. We're producers on this documentary, but we also wanted to see the wreck for ourselves. We've been fans of the Titanic for a long, long time. And fans of Mr. Ocean, of course.
Cut the chatter. There's an artist.
The Irish fellas.
Done. Next is Molly Brown's room. I want a shot of that brass bed.
Margaret Brown, Mr. Ocean. She was never known as Molly.
Whatever, Walsh. I don't care.
Sorry, where are we heading?
To B deck, of course.
But wasn't her room on E deck? Her account in the Newport Herald said.
I don't care what her account said. I have the camera, and I say it was this room. Lynch, stop dragging your feet. Get into position.
Where do you want me?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe there in front of the window? Get in there! Nice and close.
Alright, I mean, I said it again. James Cameron's not that much of a prick, I'm sure. Honestly, I think it's a bit of a bad depiction. But that's neither here nor there. We're here doing our job. So yeah, so two Irish guys. The Irish guys walk into a bar. Wake up 3 days later. That's my joke. Hope you enjoyed it. Right, so here we go. We're gonna do the same again. Turn around into it. So Molly Brown was never called Molly Brown. She was called Margaret Brown. There's actually a bar. I mean, it's a little... I don't even know if it's still called... well, there's a bar in Newton Ards that was called Molly Brown's. I believe named after Molly Brown. But I'm not sure if it actually is still there or not. So that's just a bit of a useless bit of information for you. But if you don't know, Newton Ards is a town here in Northern Ireland that is very close to Cumber, which is the town where Thomas Andrews grew up in. Thomas Andrews, of course, being the designer, one of the designers of the Titanic and her sister ships. So there you go, there's a little bit of information for you. Right, so we'll get the light on.
No brass bed here. Well, that's all right. We can work around it.
Yeah, I wish I'd have played this in 3D, in VR, I mean. That would have been so... I'm sure it's so cool in VR. I actually have the VR edition on the PS4.
No! What are you doing? You're
What?
in the shot!
I haven't moved. I'm in the same spot.
Yeah, I moved.
I'm surrounded by incompetence! You realize who I am, right? We'll have to shoot it again. Move back, and make sure you keep out of the shot!
I was in the
Sorry,
shot,
yeah.
dickhead. Right, so we'll go up. We'll go up. So what's this in here now? Let's turn this around again. Just getting used to controls. There we go, that's actually quite nice. So... Whoa, 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 whoa. Right, let's ease over. Right, I'm going to descend slightly. Going to bring her back around that way and then move her forward. Might still be too high up. Let's just descend slightly and bring her forward. Again, descend slightly more and bring her forward. There we go. Wait for Mr. Ocean to finish the shot.
You see, that wasn't too hard, was it? If you focus, you can actually learn something about filmmaking. Next up is the captain's quarters. I want a shot of his bathtub and bedroom. Get over there!
Captain Smith. Turn off your high beam lights. Alright, so we're going up. And forward.
We're going to cover both the bathroom and bedroom. Just make sure you keep out of the shot.
On the ship. Give you a choice of fresh or salt water, hot or cold.
Salt water?
It was considered therapeutic at the time, although most wealthy people only washed once a week.
Have you seen it before?
Well, I've seen pictures.
I'll tell you what's therapeutic. Diving, especially at this site. I love to come here and relax while filming. It's so calm and peaceful.
I can only imagine.
All right, positioning, lights, come on.
Like that, man. Can we not put the lights on at all to see this? Destruction. Let's get up. That's a level. Question is, where are we going? There we go. And then one more time, we'll just swing her around. And hope that she, swing her around, and yeah, hope she lines up. There we go, and then we'll just descend slightly. Bring her back round, and then bring her out. One button. Or forward. Well, we need to descend slightly more, maybe. Oh, we're good. Right up the fourth target. Okay.
We're going to cover both the bathroom and bedroom. Just make sure you keep out of the shot.
Right.
Yeah, that's good. The angle's great. And now, the bedroom. What? No, I can't talk. I'm at the bottom of the ocean. Do you know how unprofessional this is? To contact me in the middle of a shoot? Yeah? Well, you should have known my transceiver was left on. I can't be expected to do everything around here. Unbelievable. Okay, we'll keep going. They can fix it in post. Lights off. The David is up next. Get over to the marker.
Alright, so where are we going? Not too far away, actually.
Which David are we filming, Mr. Ocean?
David number 1.
The one First Officer Murdoch last operated.
Where do you want me placed?
Above, pointing your lights down.
I gotta go. Oh no, I was descending all this time. I meant to go up. There we go. We're going over here.
Come on, lights, lights!
Right,
Haven't
I'm putting
got
the
all
lights
that?
on, yeah.
Yes, that's the way, Lynch. Shine down like the heavens.
I'm shining down.
You don't have much experience diving, do you, Lynch?
Well, this is my first expedition here, but I've dived.
I expected as much, judging by your piloting skills.
Now we gotta go down.
All right, now get down onto the side of it. I want to see lights coming across, casting shadows.
And then we're going over here. Bring it around and bring her forward. There we go.
No, that's not quite right. My angle's off. I need to get a bit lower.
Mr. Ocean, you should maybe...
It's not good for the decks, you see.
I'm the experienced diver here.
He's gonna end up
I know
damaging
what
the
I'm
boat.
doing.
But you're damaging the wreck.
Yep. Gonna end up
I'll
landing on it.
park where I damn well please.
Stephen never speaks to us like this.
Turn off the lights.
Pick up the pace, Lynch. I'm a busy man. I want another downward lighting shot. This time for the GSC.
The GSC? What's that?
The grand staircase. Keep up. You'll
Hey, been
notice
there,
that
buddy.
the
There's not much
grand
left to it.
Staircase doesn't look anything like the one in my film. It's because the original staircase broke up and floated out of the ship as it sank.
Yeah, your recreation looked pretty accurate.
Yeah, I personally oversaw the whole project. I like to be involved in everything, you know. It's a hard job, but the art is worth the effort.
Yeah, I think...
Of course, it couldn't have been done without my team. They helped a lot with the actual production of the film, but it was my guidance that got us there. I think that's why I won so many awards for that film. Guess how many?
Guess how many awards?
9?
Yeah, go on. How many awards did I win?
Was it 9?
Well, maybe...
20!
Oh.
Can you believe it? 20 awards for that single film! And I'm expecting more for this documentary. I'm revolutionizing the film industry just being here. Get into position and hurry up with those lights.
Of course, James Cameron did actually do a almost follow-up documentary in Ghost of the Abyss. Very good documentary, actually. It has Bill Paxton in it, and I love Bill Paxton. God rest his fucking soul. Don't go too far. Stand down, bring her forward. Turn on your high beam lights. Do we need to shine them down? Shine them down a little bit.
Did you see that? That damn fish ruined my shot. I'll have to reset and start again.
But Mr. Ocean, that's the ghost fish. It's rare to capture it on film.
Surely you know about the ghost fish.
Ghost fish?
Of course I know about the ghost fish, Walsh.
Are you going to follow it?
No, I can't. My sub's too big to navigate down there.
Oh.
Even with my piloting skills, I can't get close enough with a camera.
I know how to do it,
I
Arthur.
can try getting near it with my
Yeah.
ROV.
I thought so.
Don't be ridiculous. If I can't get close, you'd have no hope.
What size is the ROV? Do you have a decent camera?
It's pretty small and fast, but it's only got a basic camera and lights.
You can't be seriously considering this.
I'm afraid so. Dr. Lynch,
But he's an amateur. If I get an ROV, I'll be able to...
You can't afford an ROV, Mr. Ocean, just like you couldn't afford this dive. It was your decision to blow the film budget on CGI.
That iceberg looks amazing, and you know it. It'll make this film...
You're lucky we even paid to bring you down here at all, with the way you've treated us. It certainly won't be happening again.
Are we finished with this filming session, Mr. Ocean?
Yes, I guess so.
Then you're free to go, Dr. Lynch. We'll be in touch.
Yes, of course. Looking forward to it.
Switch back to channel 74.
CCGS Wilson, that's a Sedna, over.
Sedna, this is CCGS Wilson. Over.
I'm ready to head up.
How did you go with the filming?
It was interesting. I'll tell you about it when I surface.
No worries. See you soon.
Am I meant to follow this fish? I mean, is that an optional thing or what? It doesn't really guide you here too well. It looked like it was like they were asking you to go and follow it, and then they kind of just give up on the idea. I guess we could have a go. I don't get too bogged down though. Let's go down this grand staircase. Oh, that's right, hit this button. See, it wants me to descend, so I wonder, is this an optional thing? And it's just not very good at pointing that out. I don't hit nothing. You hit something. Let's descend this way. How far down does it want me to go? Am I going down the Turkish baths again? I can't get much lower in this place. So I'm in the Turkish baths, but I don't know where I'm meant to go. There's no way of getting on further down, is there? No, that's a mirror. Huh. Can't go in here. No. Can't. And again, there's no way, like, there's no way of going further down. Unless I go to a different part and then go down that way. I don't know, because all this is like samey. It's E deck. There's a fish. Hello there. Come here often. Oh, don't mind you. Just let you go past. Yeah. That's hard to believe. And this is all sitting at the bottom of the ocean in pure blackness, like. Just there, decaying. All that time and money and manpower spent building the damn thing. And it's just sitting there at the bottom of the ocean. It's weird because, like, with the Titanic over here at least, in Northern Ireland, we don't really celebrate it much back in the day. I mean, I don't remember. I remember learning about it very briefly, but not really learning that much about it. Just the bare strokes, you know. She sank on her maiden voyage and all that. Rebuilt it, but yeah, there was like no real acknowledgement of it really until I want to say about 2005, 2006, when we actually bought the Nomadic. Or is it Nomadic? No, the Nomadic, the taxi vessel. Our government bought it. Managed to buy it, and I remember being outside the Odyssey Arena, which is where the pier is in Belfast, and seeing. Well, I didn't see it coming in, but when I went down, it was just in, and it was sitting on a big barge, and it honestly looked like a heap of shit. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It looked like a massive heap of shit. If you go on Google and just search Nomadic or Nomadic, I never pronounce it right. Coming into Belfast, you'll see for yourselves. And it sat there for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then finally they took it to the dry dock and they restored it, and it actually sits outside now in the dry dock permanently, just down from the Titanic Centre in Belfast, and it looks really well. And it's quite big in itself. You know, you can go into it, it's like you can do a wee tour of it and stuff, and then it makes you realise, well, it gives you a kind of scale of just how big these ships were in real life. But yeah, Belfast, there was no real mention of it until we bought that, and then they did Titanic Belfast, and they've redone that whole area. And I think it's the Titanic Quarter now is what they call it, so very much we do celebrate that ship now. But it took the longest time to acknowledge it. People say there was a massive amount of shame about it and embarrassment, but I don't know why. Because, you know, say what you want, but it wasn't the men in Belfast who sunk her. You know, it was unfortunate. There was some mistakes made, but it was nothing to do with the Ulster men who built the damn thing. So there shouldn't have been a sense of. I always think there should be a sense of pride in the fact that we built the 3 ships, and we built Titanic, because yeah, it was a marvel at the time. Anyway, I don't know where this wants me to go, so I am actually going to go back to my submersible. Nomadic, isn't it Nomadic? The Nomadic. It's definitely called that, isn't it? That taxi vessel. Jeez, I'm starting to wonder myself now. Let me do a quick Google search. This is so unprofessional when it comes to this video, but I don't care. I want to actually check this while I'm here on making this. I'm going to Google Nomadic. If this thing ever comes up, you just talk amongst yourselves while I do this. Of course, my phone has taken all the time in the world to actually work tonight. Yeah, Nomadic. Belfast. So I will put Nomadic arrives Belfast. See what comes up in the images. And hopefully I'll be able to show you what she looked like when she came over. Will there be an actual picture? Of what she looked like when she was on the barge. And it was just a big barge she was on. Yeah, here's one here. Now hopefully this will come across when I show you this. Let me put my phone sideways. Right, so hopefully this will work. So that... Will this work? That is what she looked like when she first arrived in Belfast. Sitting on the barge. As you can see, she's just a heap of fucking shite. Just sitting there. I mean, that's just a fact. You know, because she used to be like a restaurant or something. And they spent all this money fixing her up, making her look good, and she's back to her former glory. It has to be said. So I will now see if I can find you a picture of basically what she looks like now. So that's her. It's not the best angle, I'll grant you. But that is her now. Hopefully that is coming across on camera. You can see it kind of okay. So yeah, there's a hell of a lot of work to her. If you come to Belfast, you can see it. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent to go on, wasn't it? I do apologise. Let's get back to the game. But nomadic. SS nomadic. Nomadic. Something madic. Right. Back to our ship. Now that we've dealt with Mr. Ocean, the big dick, who has nothing to do with James Cameron whatsoever. Nothing. It's important to stress that. Oh, hello. Bit too close to you, love. She's got those weird eyes, look. She's been on cocaine or something.
So, I've had a call from a Mr. Walsh.
Yeah, he was with Mr. Ocean. What did he say?
That he and Mr. Jones were impressed with your attitude and interest towards the wreck, and they'd like to hire us for a contract to film a fish?
A ghost fish. Apparently it's newly discovered. The footage of it is worth quite a bit. It seems to live deep inside the wreck, and they need someone to film it with an ROV.
Ah, I wondered about that. They've paid to upgrade Predator's cameras and lights, and want us to dive tomorrow, weather permitting. How was Mr. Ocean?
Painful. How'd you go with the images?
No luck, unfortunately. I'd hoped we'd find something for Gillian.
Well, at least the images can be sent off to other teams.
Yeah, I'm just not sure where we go from here to find Henderson.
I hope Gillian has something for us. Hi, Gillian.
Hello, how are things?
Not going well, I'm afraid. We haven't had any luck with the images. I've searched through them all and haven't found anything relating to Henderson.
Nothing came up today on the wreck either.
My research into the debris fields hasn't brought any new leads. I'm very sorry, but we've had no leads on William's gravesite for several days, and as per our contract, I'm gonna have to put my funding for this expedition on hold.
Oh
We
no.
understand.
Look, I appreciate all the work you've both put into this search so far, and if we do find a new lead, I'll be happy to reopen the search, but I just can't afford to keep you down there without anything solid to pursue.
It's okay. We were aware this might happen. We're thankful that we've had the opportunity to work with you.
This experience has been unforgettable.
We've managed to learn so much about William and his life in such a small amount of time, and it's made a huge difference in the biography. You'll both be credited in the book, of course.
Thanks. We'll continue to look for clues around the site and give you a call if we find anything new.
Thank you. I'm so sorry to have to pull out at such a late stage.
It's fine, but we understand.
I hope we'll speak again soon.
Well, that's great.
It's the nature of the job, unfortunately. Sometimes there's information popping up everywhere, and then long periods of nothing in between.
What do we do now?
We continue with our dive tomorrow. We have funding for that at least. After that, I'm not sure.
In good news, we have some new gadgets for the ROV.
Ah, we can
The new
update the
lights and
damn
camera
thing.
are over there on the table.
I'll get on it now then.
Right, so it's that one. It's that one. So a couple of new lights and
All
a new
finished.
camera.
See you tomorrow.
That's it. That's all the upgrades we get. Now we gotta go searching for a fucking fish. Jesus.
Radio check.
Coming through clear, Dr. Lynch.
Something wrong?
No, just realizing this might be our last dive.
That's okay. I'm sure something will pop up. Even if it doesn't, we'll find another sponsor for next season.
Yeah.
Okay. Where should I look for this fish?
In the sea.
Mr. Walsh said it's usually spotted around E-deck.
Alright.
Right,
I'll
let's
head down there
go.
and take a look around.
Let's get our lights
Did he
on.
give any tips on how to do
He
this?
just said it's agile and very fast. Makes it difficult to capture on film.
Okay, so I'll need to be quick and try not to scare it off.
And remember to use the new red lights too. The fish doesn't seem to see red light, so it shouldn't react.
I'll activate them when I get down there.
Yeah. Right, first things first. I think we need to get over to above the grand staircase, isn't it? Right, get up, don't hit the damn ship. Yeah, I think we're going above the grand staircase. Oh, I think I hit the damn ship. Alright, let's get the lights down. Let's release you. What happened there? Yeah, so we're going down. Going down, down, dee 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 dee. Is the lights better? I can't tell. Actually, might be a good bit better. So, how do we do red lights? It doesn't say how we do the red lights. So we'll keep going down. Why the hell do I switch my lights to red? How do I do that? Is there a button? I actually don't know how to turn their lights to red. Ascend, descend. View controls. I don't know how to do this. I have no idea how you do this. Okay, so I found out how to do the lights. Can you believe it? It's right here in the menu system. My god. Right, so where am I going? Still descending. I was like, how can I change the lights? Right, you come off, because...
I think I found it.
Can you get it on film?
I think I can.
Yeah.
It's away.
Well, here it is. I'll keep my distance and start recording.
Where did they go?
Here it is. I'll keep my distance and start recording.
Video mode. I'm a dick.
Ah, I noticed the camera. It's heading for the staircase.
It'll be harder to find if it gets out the ship.
I'll follow it.
Let's follow the fish. Camera at the ready. Where you going, buddy?
No, it got out.
Quickly, get after it.
I'm after it, I'm after it. Chasing a goddamn fish around the Titanic. What the hell is this? Go through my ship? There it is. Am I catching up with it? I don't even know if I'm catching up with it. Where is this? Is this... Hell, am I? This thing can't go any faster, can it? Stand still now. I think. Right, slow right down there. Where's it taking me to? That's the question. Is this the back end of the ship? Where she snapped? Definitely catching up with her. It's gonna lead me somewhere, isn't it? Important to your man's story. The guy we've been searching all the information for. This is a debris field, isn't it? So it's taking me... I think we are.
Okay, it stopped again.
Do you think you'll be able to get close enough for a clear shot?
Yeah, it's in a good spot here. I've got it.
Did you get enough footage?
Yeah, I think
Hope
so.
so.
Do I need to do anything else while I'm here?
No, that's all you needed to do. You can change back to your normal lights again now. Ready to head back?
Not quite yet. I saw something behind the fish shimmer with the light. I'm gonna check it out.
Might as well. This will probably be our last dive.
It's a pocket watch.
Ah.
There's also clothing, a bowler hat, some shoes. It looks to be a Bible cover.
A Bible? Is there anything identifiable there? A name? Initials?
We need to mark this location, and I'll take photographs so we can verify everything in the lab.
Let's get the camera.
Alright, location is marked. Are you able to collect the pocket watch?
Yeah, it's just sitting on top. I'll leave the other items. WJ... Hey, Gene, I know it sounds unbelievable, but I think this might be Henderson.
Are you sure? I think you might be jumping to conclusions here.
Maybe, but with the initials on the watch and the Bible, I mean...
Is that shoes?
Possible.
Well, what should we do?
I'll head back to the surface.
I really hope you're right about this.
So do I. Alright, let's get back. Let's get the ROV back. And then let's go back to the surface. Whoa, what was that? Alright, so let's wash the pocket watch.
This watch is in excellent condition. You wouldn't even know it's been down there so long. The initials are engraved on the back, and the face shows the time the ship sank.
As we already know, Henderson's initials don't match any other first-class passengers. A watch like this would have only
How
been
short
owned
am I?
by a wealthy man, too.
It looks the same as the one in his photographs. It must be a match.
The shoes and coats seem to be like the style Henderson preferred. He always had his shoes handmade.
The Bible pages appear to be completely deteriorated, but the leather cover is intact.
I'm sold. I think it's time to contact Gillian and let her know.
I agree.
Hello, how are you both?
Going well, Gillian. We have some good news for you.
Oh?
We think we've found Henderson's final resting place.
Oh my, are you sure?
Well.
Where was he?
He was near the back of the bow on the port side, close to the debris field we were scanning 2 days ago. Placed a marker and photographed some of the items at the location.
We also recovered a pocket watch from the site. It has the initials WJH engraved on the back.
Do you think it's possible it could be someone else's? Have you checked them against the photos I sent through?
Yes, the items match the photos.
We've found him.
Oh, you don't know how much this means to me, to finally find William's grave. I was starting to think I was wasting my time chasing ghosts in the Atlantic.
Now you have an ending for your biography.
Not just that, we have closure.
What would you like to do?
I want to come down on the next dive with you and place a memorial plaque at the site. I want to see it for myself.
Great idea.
What did you want to do with the items we've collected?
They'll be displayed in museums, alongside other people's recovered belongings. It's important that children learn about the tragedy of the Titanic, that these objects pulled from the ocean remain as reminders of the lives lost. And to thank you both. I want to fund our next expedition.
Our next expedition?
Where are we heading?
Where are we heading?
Sedna, this is CCGS Wilson.
This is Sedna. Go ahead. Over.
You should be coming up on the stern now, Dr. Lynch.
Oh.
About 200 meters and closing.
Thanks, Gene. I'll let you know when it starts to show up on my map.
Great. Excited to be back?
Yeah, it's been a long winter. Glad to be back in the driving seat.
Getting bored with the new toys in your lab at the university?
I appreciate all the funding we received after finishing the Henderson job. The attention generated was great for the department. It's just nice to be back out in the field again.
Good to hear. Do you need a refresher with the controls after all this time off?
No.
That's alright. I'm fine.
Hasn't been that long. Jesus.
Good. How far are you from the stern now? You must be almost ready to disengage autopilot.
Just reaching the ocean floor now.
Now the stern is a goddamn mess.
Okay. Autopilot is disengaged. You'd better place a marker before we head too far. Interact with the button
Marker's
in front
been
of the
placed.
map to place one. Right. You can head towards the reciprocating engines then. The location is marked on your map, and the mission log has been updated.
So, this is a photography mission?
Yeah, we've been contracted to photograph a bunch of locations around the stern wreck. We've a couple of side tasks to carry out while we're here too, but I'll let you know as we get to them.
I don't think I've seen many photos of the stern.
Yeah. There aren't many photographs of the stern as it's not as accessible or photogenic as the bow. It's a bit of a mess. The stern suffered a lot of structural damage
A lot?
as it sank, so most of the interior decks collapsed and the starboard side is missing hull plating. But even through all the destruction, quite a few interesting features survived, so we'll be focusing on capturing these on camera. Historians have learned a lot by studying the differences in damage and deterioration between the bow and stern sections. The photographs we take today will help experts monitor
Is that a
the rate
boiler?
of decay for different areas.
Oh, hang on, we're coming up to her. Here she is.
Alright. I can see it up ahead.
Oh,
Engines
Jesus.
are massive.
That's an engine.
These two reciprocating reciprocating engines weigh about 900 tons each and stand just over 9 meters tall. They were powered by the steam from the boiler rooms and turned the two side propellers. They also powered the turbine engines which turned the central propeller.
Looks like the upper decks have collapsed and draped over the cylinders.
Yeah, what used to be the first and second class kitchen galley is covering the starboard side, and parts of the sea deck are laying on the port side.
Whoa, what a mess. I think I'm close enough for a photo.
Great. You'll need to deploy the ROV and use the camera.
Alright.
Ah, the Predator.
If you look up, you'll find a set of VR goggles and a control panel. To deploy the ROV, look at the VR goggles with your mouse and then left-click to use.
Is this like another mission or something? Because why they give me instructions on how to do it this late in the
Has
day?
anything changed on the ROV since I last operated it?
Yeah. It's had a few upgrades thanks to the additional funding. Top quality transmitters have been fitted, so you shouldn't have any issues going out of range of Sedna. Other than that, the movement controls are still the same as the
Size of these
submersible,
things.
and the control diagram still appears if you hold down the info button.
Great. And the camera?
The camera and storage compartment are accessible through the ROV menu. You can open the menu by pressing and releasing the info button. Then interact with the camera icon with the laser pointer and left click to use.
Right.
There we go.
I've taken a photo. What's next?
You can get out of camera mode by pressing and releasing the info button again. From this menu, you can also see the ROV's map with your next go location and mission log visible. You should head towards the second class entrance on the boat deck.
Can I get there in the ROV or do I need to bring the submersible?
Up to you, really. The range on the ROV is enough to cover the entire stern, but you might like to use the submersible to light up your photographs better. To get back into the submersible, press the return button.
Right. I'll head to the second class entrance now.
You might like to swing past the starboard side before you head up to the boat deck. You can kind of see the turbine and dynamo engines through the missing hull. You'll need to be at ground level to look in, just forward of the strip of boat deck hanging down.
You have to go down.
Nice. The dynamos generated all the electricity on board, right?
Yeah. Titanic had 4 steam-driven generators that powered the lights, heating, fans, Marconi radio equipment, clocks, telephones, cranes, and elevators. She also had 2 backup generators on D-deck for emergencies, and they were run every night, just in case. Titanic really was a state-of-the-art ship with all the latest conveniences.
What's so special about the second class entrance? Why are we heading there?
The Olympic-class liners were the first to provide second-class passengers with an elevator, and the elevator equipment can be seen at the second-class entrance.
Ah,
The elevator ran through the central well of the forward second-class staircase, and accessed the boat deck through to the F deck, skipping A deck. An elevator steward was allocated to each of the 4 elevators on board. They manually moved the elevator up and down the shaft using a lever connected to the motors. A good steward could stop the elevator level with each deck and assisted passengers with information about onboard facilities.
How do I get out of here? I'm like inside the damn thing. Here maybe? I've reached level. Hang on, it can't be both. Unless it's in here. So it wants me to ascend.
Alright, I'm at the second class entrance.
There we go.
Not in great shape.
The walls of the entrance are propping the equipment up, but it's leaning to port and unstable. Be careful not to get too close when taking the photograph.
Right.
I think that's a tower, isn't it?
Done. Where to next?
Next up is the starboard A-deck crane, just aft of here. I've updated your map and mission log.
I'll head there now. I didn't realize any cranes survived on the stern.
Yeah, this is the only one still attached. It was electric, like the other cranes on board, and was used to access the number 4 hatch on B deck. The stern holds 4, 5, and 6 were mostly used for storing third-class baggage and refrigerated food supplies.
Right, alright. I'm at the crane. I'll get the camera ready. Done.
Great. Onto the aft mast. Like the foremast, the aft mast has collapsed, but you'll see it's fallen to port and leaning over the edge of the B deck hull.
Leading to port? Was that from the impact?
The stern was spiraling as it landed, and everything shifted to port, including the upper decks. It's more noticeable from the starboard side, but you can see the sea deck second-class promenade windows don't line up with the lower deck walls by about 3 meters.
I had no idea the impact was so violent.
Yeah. The stern was traveling at roughly 60 kilometers per hour when it
That
hit
is
the
so.
ground. A lot of debris trailed out of the stern as it spun, and the jagged edges of the exposed decks were folded back or peeled off. The implosion damage had blown out the walls and sides, so the upper decks were lacking supports and collapsed on top of each other as it landed. The only reason the stern has some structure now is the watertight bulkheads remain.
Photograph has been taken. Is it just me or does this mast look shorter than the foremast?
That snap?
Yeah, this aft mast is slightly shorter than the foremast. Only the bottom section of both masts remains. The top 4.5 meters were teak and have since disintegrated.
Okay, what's next?
We're heading aft again. Over to the starboard side this time. I'll mark it on your map.
What should I be looking for?
We're moving towards a piece of decking, sticking up out of the collapsed decks. A loose section of the well deck fell fast enough that it managed to slice through the decks just forward of watertight bulkhead O.
Whoa.
It's just so eerie.
The exposed reinforced joists on top can pose a threat for the ROV. Make sure you don't get too close.
Right, I'll keep my distance.
I see him.
John, why has the decking here collapsed so much more than the port side?
This area suffered massive implosion damage. The stern still had pockets of air as it sank, and the outside pressure increased to a point where the surrounding water forced its way into these pockets. The implosion was powerful enough to strip away all the cabin walls and supports from this area, leaving the decks to collapse on top of each other.
Survivors reported hearing underwater explosions. Do you think that was the stern imploding?
Yeah, that's the current opinion. Ships don't go down quietly.
Okay, what's next?
We've been asked to recover a tile from the decking just aft of here. There is a small pile of tiles from the third-class general room, and we can grab one from the top of the pile.
Okay. Grab a tile, as you do. That's him there.
Okay, found the tile. I just need to pick it up by holding down either the left or right mouse button to interact.
Okay, you should put the tile in the Predator's storage then. Just open and close the menu again by pressing and releasing the info button. The tile will appear in the ROV's inventory as a selectable item, and you'll have your hands free again.
Right. So, this tile was originally from the general room. Was that near here?
Yeah. The third-class general and smoking rooms were at the very aft of the stern, just under the poop deck. We'll pass them as we head over to the port side propeller.
Right.
The general room was used as a covered communal space for families and friends to talk and enjoy music, similar to the open space in the bow. The smoking room next door was strictly for men and was somewhere they could relax and order a drink. If passengers wanted a bit of fresh air, they could head out onto the well deck. The destruction wasn't limited to the top of the ship. The propellers were bent up at an angle of 20 degrees. The correct position of the propeller is 7 meters below ground level. The
Am I
stern
supposed to
was
get to?
traveling at about 60 to 80 kilometers per hour and spun 2.5 rotations before hitting the ocean floor. Decks were bent back, and the sides aren't connected. The sides must have come apart on the way down, because they're bent too far out to be damaged from the impact. The central propeller has been thought to be a 4-blade like Olympics, but Harland and Wolff records show a 3-blade was fitted to Titanic.
Oh, there she is.
There are no photographs of Titanic's propellers, only Olympics. Poop deck was covered by the peeled back section, exposing the decks below. The well deck was damaged by implosions. Dr. Ballard left a remembrance plaque on the poop deck, next to a stern capstan. Okay, Dr. Lynch. We are nearing the end of our dive. We have a couple of more tasks to complete before returning to the surface.
Right. What's next?
We have a special assignment from a company called VR Education, who
Huh?
are currently building a virtual model of the Titanic shipwreck.
Whoa, the entire wreck?
Yeah. Well, most of it. They wanted to create the model so that new generations of kids and adults will be able to explore the wreck long after it's gone. She's been sitting here on the bottom of the ocean for over a century now, and is expected to disappear by 2030, thanks to hungry bacteria eating at her
It's
hull
only 6
and
years.
slowly dissolving her.
Yeah, it really is sad. It'll soon be just a memory. But this sounds like a worthwhile project. What's the assignment they've asked for?
The developers at VR Education have asked us to place a plaque on the stern next to the one Dr. Ballard placed back in the 80s. The plaque is in your ROV inventory, ready to be placed.
Okay. Where's Dr. Ballard's plaque located?
Ballard placed the plaque between two roller fair leads on the extreme aft starboard side of the stern. I will mark the location on your map.
Thanks, Jean. I'm on my way now.
Over here somewhere then. Yeah, here we go. Over there.
Okay, I'm on location now. I can see Dr. Ballard's plaque.
Great. Once you've placed it, please take a photo so we can send it to the people at VR Education.
In memory of those souls who perished with the Titanic April 14th and 15th, 1912, dedicated to William H. Tantum IV, whose dream was to find the Titanic, has been realized by Dr. Robert D. Ballard, the officers and members of the Titanic Historical Society, Inc., 1986. Right, let's get this plaque put in. Where is it? Memorial plaque. Go down. Over. Down. Forward. There we go. The plaque is dedicated to the memory of all who lost their lives in the sinking of RMS Titanic on the 15th of April 1912. This plaque is located on the ship's final area of refuge before she plunged into the depths of the icy ocean. May those who perished find peace at their eternal destination. And that is the team of Titanic VR. A nice little touch. Oh, you have to take a photo as well to prove that we did it.
Photo taken.
There we go.
The plaque reads, "This plaque is dedicated to the memory of all those who lost their lives on the sinking of RMS Titanic on the 15th of April, 1912. This plaque is located on the ship's final area of refuge before she plunged into the depths of the icy ocean. May those who perished find peace at their eternal destination."
Very poignant. It's sad to know that many of the victims on that tragic night spent their last few moments clinging to life in this very spot. It was the last part of Titanic to submerge.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it would have been like. This whole trip was a big honor. And I feel like this one's gonna stick with me.
Me too. It was a pleasure guiding you on your dives, Dr. Lynch. I hope we can get to do this again someday.
Don't mention it. You performed brilliantly. Yeah, I think it's time to call it a day. Let's hope we get some funding to come back here in the future. I'm sure there's a lot more to be discovered.
Me too. Just hit the autopilot to return to the ship.
Right, so let's go back. Let us get the ROV back. And autopilot. The mic keeps asking me if I want to go back to the main menu. That's a bit weird. Taking its time loading this one. It really is taking its time. Why are you taking so long? Well, I don't know if you noticed this, but it seems to be playing something. The loading screen still on it. So that's not a good sign. Is this a glitch? What is this? Alright, so what happened there, as these credits go up, is I will give you full disclosure and say that that loading screen just went on and on and on and on. So I assume that that was the end of the game and these credits were meant to come up. But they never did, so now I've just manually started playing them. Hopefully that was the end of the game. We didn't miss anything. It seemed like it was a natural end of the game. Of course, this isn't the end of the video series because there's still another thing we can check out in this game. It's called the Experience, and I believe it gives you the chance to stand on the Titanic as she starts sinking after she's hit the iceberg. And it gives you a small little glimpse of what that experience is like. Of course, in VR it would be very much an experience to have, but we're going to play it on this. And that will be in the next part of the video. Of the series, sorry, not the video, of the Titanic VR series. And that will finish us with the game. I've quite enjoyed it. It's been educational, it's been sad, somber. See, all these people I think are in the Experience, so you'll hear their voices and see their characters. Like I said, this is gonna be shown in the next part. A lot of voice actors, a lot of characters. I actually look forward to playing that. But I think this is where we will leave this part. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully the little glitches here at the end didn't put you off too much. I hope you enjoyed, for lack of a better word, this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel to be notified of more videos like this one. Like I said, we're going to play one more part of this, which will be the Experience, which should be interesting. So please subscribe to the channel to be notified when that goes live on the channel. And yeah, hopefully I will see you again in the next one. Bye for now.